welcome to the Tilt and Shift Photography Business Podcast. I am your host, Bobby B. I am back with another episode. Obviously, I'm speaking with two people today, not just one. This is a first for the Tilt and Shift history books. The couple I'm talking with today caught my eye quite a while ago, and they're wild. Their work is it's friggin' incredible. It's like nothing. It's honestly like nothing I've seen. You know, we say that's oftentimes with artists in our field that are kind of leading the way or forging new frontiers. But these two folks are just next level, and I want to be in their midst. So I'm so stoked that they are here with us today. But before we get started, I just wanted to remind you or let you know that speaking of being in people's midst, if you want to be in my midst, I am hosting an in-person retreat in August. I know, I am so excited too. This is a lifelong dream of mine to host a retreat. It is an inspo adventure retreat, meaning we are going to be inspired by being in a new place, by being in within mountains, in old growth forests, in lakes. And we are going to be, so that's the adventure side, or the inspiration side and the adventure side. But within it, the because everything I do has to have some sort of like reason. And the reason that we're doing this is by connecting with nature, we are able to connect with our deeper sense of creativity. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend some time outside. We're going to do some really epic hikes. We're going to do some cold dipping. We're going to do some zip lining. So we're going to experience nature from a few different energy angles. And if you're uncomfortable with any of those things, that's even better, because when we get uncomfortable, that is what sparks creativity. So we're going to do those things, and then we're going to do some creative things led by successful local artists. And they are going to teach us their craft. And in doing this, we're going to be facing some of the limiting beliefs that we have about who we are as creatives and what we're capable of. And if you've ever said, oh, I'm terrible at painting, or I'm terrible at drawing, and therefore I don't do it, or I do it and I'm not good at it and therefore I don't do it, we are going to nudge up against those limiting beliefs, because the point of this retreat is to get you into a headspace where you're kind of getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, and then we can reach into those areas to break that open, to open up your creativity and create more confidence, more artistry, to inspire you when you get back to your camera or whatever artistic medium that you either practice in or would like to practice in. So the whole point of the retreat is really just to like treat yourself with curiosity and openness, compassion, amongst this community of 3 other people. There's just going to be 4 of us, like 4 of you and me leading the retreat. And I am going to be leading some really kind of challenging discussions that are going to instill these new perspectives. Not only are we going to be physically having some really awesome, breathtaking perspectives, but we're going to be also working on changing our limiting beliefs that we have about who we are as artists. So if this sounds like something that is remotely interesting, I have a little sign up for details link in the show notes. So you can just sign up and I send you a few emails of what it's all about, and you can let me know if it works for you. And on that note, we are going to learn about my couple today. They are known as the Richters. Hi. My eye is getting much better. Like, it's been a week. For those of you guys who don't know what happened, I smacked my face on the ground while I was trail running, and it was an incredible bleeding black eye. It was very dramatic.
It was.
But yeah, I've recovered. I might have a scar there, which might be kind of badass, but yeah, no stitches.
No stitches? No?
No stitches. No, it certainly looked like it was kind of like sagging down, but I think the eye heals really fast. It must.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my god. It's so strange when you fall as an adult, right? It's like the feeling is like, oh my god, it's like so
Yeah,
scary, and you're
I was like surprised. I'm like, what just happened? Like, like, and then everything was kind of brown in this eye. I'm like, oh, I'm bleeding.
Jesus.
Was wild. And then the next day, my dog fell over a cliff, and I had a week, yes, last week. Yeah.
But he fell.
Well, he's older. He's 13, and so he doesn't have a lot of strength in his back end. And we were just on this road that, like, there's a cliff on one side and a mountainside on the other. And I don't know if he was behind me, and then I turned around and he wasn't there anymore. And
Oh,
No.
for 15 minutes, I'm looking and there was no sounds. There was he just disappeared. And I had to get back for our call. And so it was 15 minutes. I could not find him, and he had fallen. I don't know if he had fallen, if he had gone down and just couldn't get back up.
oh,
And then of course he's scared by the time I finally see some bushes rustling, and I can't get down there because it's so steep. So no wonder he couldn't get back up. So I had to like coax him to a spot where maybe I could get down to him. And then my other dog kept going down and like trying to show him like come up this way, and he was just frazzled, and he couldn't do it. So then he finally got to a spot where I could grab his collar and like haul him out. It was
so scary.
yeah, it's so scary because they're so like yeah,
Kids.
he's like kids, but like now I have to look after him, right? Like he's always looked after me, and now the roles have switched, and seeing him not able to do that was really like, oh God.
Oh, yeah.
Just broke my heart.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
we're all okay. So we were both recovering last week.
Yeah, your accidents.
Yeah. How are you two? What's happening in your life? It looks very exciting on Instagram.
Really? We're fine.
Yeah.
We're fine. About to start the season. I mean, we really started before, but like a month ago, or actually 2 months
Chile.
ago, yeah, in Chile.
There's only one. Yeah.
But now it's gonna get, like
The real
nasty.
season.
Yeah.
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 So you're based in Berlin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're based in Berlin, but you're from Spain.
I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm from Chile.
In Chile. Okay, right on. So your work is really international, isn't it? You travel everywhere, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, would you
Almost
say that
all
that's
of our weddings are abroad. Yeah.
yeah. Do you and so why did you choose Berlin?
Well, I choose it first. I just came by why not? Like
Yeah.
I think like 13 years ago. I mean, I knew the city before and I really liked, and I wanted to move from the south of Spain where I come from, which is like Granada, which is a beautiful city, but I wanted
Very
to
nice.
feel how it is to live in a super big city.
Yeah.
And definitely Berlin had the vibes for that.
Yeah.
I wanted to try. And
And then
then,
we met, and I was living in Chile, and I don't know, we fell in love, and it was like, I moved to Berlin. Why not? Why not?
Why not?
Not
love
leaving
that.
everything behind, and why not?
Yeah. Is that kind of a philosophy for the both of you? Like, why not?
Yeah,
yeah, I think so.
I can say
Yeah,
that.
we see the life in the same way,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah.
And yeah, you have to risk to win, right? To win something, it's
do.
like you have to do it. Otherwise, it's like you regret. Why not? Why? Maybe. What would be if I do? It's like all these things to question yourself, and it's like it's better to regret than never do it. Like
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Have you always been like that, or is that something that just kind of came to you as you became adults?
I think I was like that
yeah, me
all the
too.
time, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
How did you meet?
Well, actually, it was in
funny.
a wedding conference.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, yeah. It was in Mexico, in Querétaro. So I was invited to speak with my previous brand, which is like just as a videographer.
And me too, as a photographer from Chile, and I was invited to speak there too. And
And then there I was like, we couldn't deny what happening. It was like very obvious, and even the presentation were really like. Like,
Yeah.
hey, are you stealing my speech or something? And then you are stealing my speech, you know.
And
And
when we met and when we saw each other, it was like an earthquake, and that's why we call the brand the Richters. It's like the Richter scale who measured the the energy release in
Oh,
an earthquake. So it's like,
no
yeah.
way. Oh, that's so cool. I just assumed that was your last name.
No.
no,
Oh, that's amazing. That makes it even better. Like
Yeah.
your brand is incredible, first off. Like you can it's so like now that like I'm speaking to you and I've obviously seen pictures of you and stuff, but like speaking to you, like that's exactly what it is, right? Like your when you go to your website and you see your faces and hear your voices, you're like, oh yeah, this is exactly it. And that's so much a there's so much disjointedness oftentimes with people in the wedding world and in like in the photography world where you're talking to them and you're like that's not who I see on your website.
Yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah.
something is like off. Like it's not working. So,
But it seems to me that you guys have always been really true to yourselves, each of you, and now like this combined brand that's this powerhouse, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was even I think in the first date we really
yeah.
create everything. We just
Yeah.
needed like a couple of glasses of wine and a notebook, and it was like I
That's it.
think
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this and I think like that, yeah, and this. Oh yeah, fuck yes. Oh yes, yeah.
Yes, it's like it was
Done.
like super easy. Like
15 minutes, I think. I don't
yeah.
know.
Wow. So how long have you been together?
8 years,
8 years.
7 years and a half. Yeah.
And so did your romantic relationship and the business relationship start at the same time?
Oh yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. As soon as we met, it was like,
Well,
okay,
to be honest, the romantic relationship started, let's say, 8 years, and the business
this.
1 hour later. Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Love
You had some other business to get done
So
first,
love
and then
and
it
then
was totally.
business. Just to be clear.
it.
I love it. I love it. That's so it's like I hate using the word inspiration because inspiration is kind of like so fleeting. What do you think of that?
The word inspiration. Yeah, this is very. It's nice. Sometimes it's overused and like it lost its value. But of course, inspiration is always a state of mind. I would say
Yeah.
desire state of mind. Like we try to be inspired,
Inspired.
all the time, and
Yeah,
definitely
definitely.
we try to protect our way to live, and that keep us inspired the
Yeah.
most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think maybe it's better, it makes more sense to say that we looking at it as like a way of life or like having it as part of your life rather than looking for it in like fleeting bits
And
of like surges of dopamine. You know what I mean? Where
yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
people will often like continually seek inspiration rather than having it as like I have to make inspiration. You know, you have to like we wait to be struck by inspiration rather than like making inspiration happen like as it a part of our lives, like as you say, like having it as a philosophy and like continually infused into what you do, right?
absolutely. Absolutely. I see it like to be creative is not like it needs to narrow down
no,
into a painting or something, it's just a way to be, it's a way to think. You need to be creative in everyday life, in this conversation,
cooking
or just
or
cooking or just going to the supermarket. It's not about to just like, okay, I do super beautiful
now is my
pictures
moment.
or I'm gonna
Yeah,
paint. And I don't see it like this. I see more like to try to embody creative,
Yeah.
creativity, I
And how
think.
do you do that? How do you maintain that or seek it out?
I think we
I
just,
think our we are lucky because it's like our lifestyle is like very free and I don't know, we can do whatever, we are owners of our time, and that's the most inspired thing that you
thanks.
can have in this life. It's like the most, that is success. And you know, so we can do whatever. I don't know, if we feel it, we watch a movie at 4 p.m., you know, or if we are like, I don't know, inspired
I
by, I
think,
don't know, yeah,
yeah, I
like you are
think
creating this documentary right
like
now.
protecting our free time. So
Mm-hmm.
this means we don't have obstacles in the middle that we don't want or something. So
Mm-hmm.
we are always in this, I don't know, like, I don't want to say positive state, but it's like, this kind of flow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not doing things that you don't want to, like
Yeah.
forcing things. We try
Mm.
to really flow and do things that we really like.
Mm.
And
And
Mm-hmm.
being
yeah,
honest with us, it's like we don't want this or we don't like this, then we don't do this. It's like kind of keep it simple, I would say. Like
yeah,
not trying to complicate things or overthinking or just be true to yourself and do what you want. I don't know if we like to have siesta, like like
naps.
naps, and we try to protect this. It's like no, because you should be producing or whatever. No,
Yeah.
No, it's like,
just no. No.
Learn how to say no, right?
yeah.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
this is the thing. Like to learn how to say no and respect that. It's like no, like no, nobody's gonna. You should own your will. I think
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For someone who
does
doesn't
make
own their,
sense.
that totally makes sense because it
I'm
really
just
does come down to that because we are all like, we have so many obligations or think that we have obligations. I
Yeah.
mean,
most.
certainly everyone does, but like oftentimes we become obligated to things that we don't need to be or that we're obligated to them because we're worried about what people think of us. I think is often what happens, and that's a huge trap that people get into because we don't do things because we're worried whether people are going to think of us.
It's,
Yeah,
it's the same problem with the weddings and the work that we see in weddings. It's like what I think that people want is this, and it's like nope. It's like
nobody's waiting for
nobody's waiting
anything.
nothing, and there's different people for everybody, and it's like, as
Yeah.
I don't know. There's people like us, so they are going to want what we like. So it's like nobody's waiting nothing, and nobody's expecting nothing. So
It's
it's, yeah, it's like
it's a very problematic thing, especially with the social media is so toxic, and so you see constantly this kind of overflow of things or people like pretending they are doing this or they're doing that or a lot of cloning a lot of
Yes.
clones, and it's like over and over and over, and then you start to question yourselves like maybe I should do like,
no.
but no.
Learn to how to say no.
Short story, no, you don't. But it's difficult.
It's
It's not
difficult,
like
yeah.
we are like Buddha, and we
No,
can say, like, oh no, I mean, like enlightened.
no,
No,
no.
it's
We
it's
question
just
ourselves.
difficult. It's
Yeah,
a lot of noise,
Yeah.
and like
yeah.
Radiohead all the time, and no.
Yeah. How do you how if it's difficult for you guys, how do you shut that off? Like what are some of the things that you'll do to like shut it out or make it not infiltrate your creative minds?
I think in my case it's her. It's like we're not crazy, right? And she said, no, we are
No.
not. Okay,
Let's
we are
move
doing it
on.
kind of right. Yeah, yeah, we are. Okay, thank you. Let's go for
We
have
have
some.
each other.
No, pobrecita.
I think we are really good for each other to
Yeah, that's
don't lose the
the track. Yeah, because
and
we are a team that
yeah,
we live together. We know each other, so it's like
yeah,
when one is like, oh my God, maybe
doubting.
yeah, we have to do things differently. I don't know, maybe we are not reaching the right people or whatever. It's like the other one is like, nope. It's like, what are you talking about? It's
Yeah,
like bullshit. No, don't.
and I think also like good friends, like friendship is a mirror
Yeah,
where sometimes you are like an asshole, and it's good like a good friend say, Jesus, you're an asshole right now, and then you say, well, fuck, yes, I am, because you know me well and you wish me well. So I
yeah.
think proper friendships and family, it's good.
And the practical thing, we really shut down the things that makes us, I don't know, gives us anxiety or whatever. Like if it's if we see too much wedding stuff, we put it in silence, because we need other things. So we are like, we all the time look for documentaries
Yeah.
and other kind of photography, not weddings. So it's like that keep us like our
Yeah.
minds and
Yeah.
Isn't it?
spirits.
It's,
Yeah.
it's like training, in these days, especially we are with this kind of just like
Muscles. But
yeah, like muscles and your health, and it's just like they are pushing like to be like selfish or something. And no, I think this is like toxic. Like we should be more how to like to learn how to find the things that really warms you up or like keeps you safe or inspired, and learn to say no and just mute them. And
yeah.
yeah.
Was it always like that for you?
I think so.
Was
For
it?
me, it was always like that. Yeah, I think.
I
I
think
think for me, it's like I don't know. I come from the punk rock scene, so it's like very like do it yourself. If you have to be honest with yourself, it's like no. So it's like for me, it always was like that. It's like I'm going to do something. I'm going to try to do it the most honest way and like acting by my instinct and not by overthinking the things. So it's like it's always been like that, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think with the age and especially in these times, we are more aware about it
Yeah.
because you need to, because now the menace is even bigger. It's like in the screens, and we spend a lot of time in the screens, and these screens are all the time like. Then you need to kind of protect because it's really powerful, and
Yeah.
eventually you fall into the
The machine.
into the mantra, into the
How
yeah.
long were you like what drew you into, if you come from the punk rock scene, what about you, Paul? Like what background did you have before you got into weddings?
Well, imagine I'm an engineer myself, so I used to work in the doing buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
But my passion, I would say, was more like playing with the Photoshops and like Final Cut, or back in those days I think it was another software. But yeah, like playing with shitty videos, and I was attracted to this. Well, like I did just like nothing, but it was so cool just to like put this video next to this and maybe add some music, and it was I felt like really this could be something, or I could spend like literally hours doing this shit. And then I started to do this kind of wedding videos homage for my, I think the first one was for a cousin and his wedding, and then for my sister and my brother and this and a friend of that, and then
Right.
I thought, okay, this is kind of working and people like, and people get emotional, and they laugh as well. So maybe I can do this for others, and
Yeah.
so it's like a way to, it's like a business, but on the other hand, it's also like it's like I love it, like I really
Yeah.
enjoy it.
And what about you,
Yeah.
Moni? How did you get into weddings
I
or the punk scene?
before weddings, I worked in all kind of photography business related, like sport magazines, like taking pictures in the field, in the soccer players, or soccer match, and I don't know, fashion, concerts,
Paparazzi.
food, paparazzi.
Oh, really?
Newspaper. So yeah, all kind of um, photography business, like everything. So yeah, when I arrived to weddings, like I started when I study, when I get out of from school, from the university. I had like a company of a wedding company with two friends, but I was like 23 years old, and I feel like, what am I doing on Saturday?
Yeah.
Working, and it's like I was that kind of person. Like, when people get married, it's like I was in that stage of my life, and it's like, nah, this is not for me. It's too complicated. It's too difficult. It's like it was all in film because it doesn't exist digital in that time. So it was
Yeah.
like, nah, no, this is not for me, and I quit. And then, like, I don't know, 12 years later, I come back to weddings like, yeah, this is my thing. It's like when
Yeah.
you already had all the technique and you feel like free and okay, you believe in weddings and in marriage and in love and all
Yeah.
of this and makes sense and yeah. I come
And now look what you're contributing to the wedding world.
back.
You think so?
Yeah, it's freaking great. I don't know how I found you, how I stumbled across you, but I was like, this is it. This is what the world needs to see.
It's
So
an honor.
yeah, I'm really happy you guys are here today.
An honor.
How about
So when
you?
you, what's that? How
How
did
about
I
you?
get into it? I was shooting music. I was shooting heavy metal shows and punk shows and stuff.
Heavy metal shows, really?
Yeah, yeah, and like I had always been really interested in photography. It wasn't encouraged in my family. Like artistic stuff was not is not encouraged. So I went to school to become a dietitian. When you say you're an engineer, yeah, like I did the university and was working in academia. And then I was like, fuck this. Like I hated it. Like,
What are you doing?
yeah. And I was doing like some adventure journalism on the side. And so then I was like, why am I not just doing that? Like I just want to do that. And I met a friend who was photographing weddings because I just wanted to become a better photographer. And so I started second shooting with her, and I was like, "This is fun." I really loved it because you don't really know what's gonna. I mean, you know what's gonna happen, so you have that structure,
Yeah,
but you don't know
yeah,
what the light is. You don't know what the people are like. You don't know all of the things that make a photo. You don't know any of that stuff. And I
exactly.
really love that. I love like when people are like give me a set like of course the shot list. I'm like, no, I don't want to know. Like I just want to show up. Yeah, and so then I just started doing it more and more and more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when I see like what we were just talking about, like in terms of people not so you get into this business and there's so much like so many expectations, right? Like not only do us photographers kind of have expectations, but the couple has it, and then all of their families have it, and everybody has some sort of experience with weddings, and this is what it should look like, right? Because it's this like it's a tradition, right? So it should look like
Right.
something. But the power in being able to shirk that off and being able to like find your people. So did you go through a growing pain where you had to find your people or they had to find you, or has it always been fairly flowy for you?
I think it just happened naturally and kind of immediately
Mm-hmm.
because we were even like separately before the Richters. We had this kind of I do in the way I think I need to do.
Yeah.
I'm not really paying much attention to what is the rest doing, you know. It's
Yeah.
just like I feel it's good. I feel it right, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, then you see, okay, but there is a market and they are doing that, but it's like, well, yeah, I don't care, you know, like,
We work for a niche,
yeah,
for
Yeah.
certain kind of people. And when we found each other, it's like, oh my God,
yeah,
finally, I
Yeah.
love you.
yeah,
It's like that feeling. It's
Yeah.
like, for example, in Chile, I had a brand that is named the Wild Brides, like, and Chile was very like conservative, I think, in 10 years, 14 years ago. And I started to do it the way that I feel it, and all these brides that hire me start to looking of this image of wild girls, powerful woman, like with a lot of attitude, like the girls was represented as the way that I want that woman is represented in the wedding industry, not like a delicate flower, like
Right.
oh I love, all this ring and all this stuff shit, it's like it's 2025 and I want to that people in the future see women in 2025 and it says like, oh my God, what a powerful woman, see the feminism is so strong. It's like let's show it, so it's like when we met, it was like, of course, we followed that and even stronger. It's like we
Yeah.
need to show this kind of, yeah, powerful women's and that people is more than things, like flowers and all these kind of things. It's like, yeah, it's beautiful, but it's not the wedding. The wedding is other things. Like,
Yeah.
and I think that comes because we experience a lot of loss in our lives. So it's like we pursue to people realize that the important thing is that you are here now. It's like with your loved ones, and it's a thing that only happens once in your life when everyone is reunited for you. So it's like really so important to take so much time in the things, in the cards and things. Like you are going to spend like 1 hour in that. It's like, really? Is that so important? So it's like, yeah,
And it's okay. It's not like we have something against that. It's just like
is it?
we are not like this, and it doesn't feel honest to our way of seeing things. And we just pay more attention to things that for us feels real and raw, and we don't have this urge of making everything beautiful, or like artificially, or just like go there with the light. We don't need this. We think like life is beautiful and enough itself, so you don't need to put any sugar on top.
Even it's more beautiful when it's
Even for,
chaotic,
yeah, for
like,
us.
yeah, for us it's like that's the thing. It's like it's our vision of this work, or what we want to do and what we want to live for the future, or
Yeah.
for, I don't know, for our couples.
Yeah, I totally agree. So how did you I'm just so I'm curious about the logistics of it in terms of them like you have networks in Chile and in Spain and in Germany, I imagine, but people are finding you from all over, and your brand is that magnetic that they're just like, hey, we need you, right? Like that, is that the kind of the
Yeah.
process that people go through to find you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is like
Yeah,
this.
build it and they will come, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's important to show what you were to attract.
Yeah.
It's very obvious, but not every time people does this. Like we often do workshops on one-to-one for
For people,
for
yeah, for
yeah
photographers,
for
or
photographers. And then they come and then they say, yeah, but I would like to attract this kind of people and that and this. But then you analyze the portfolio or the website, and it's like, man, you're attracting just the opposite.
the
It's like
opposite,
Yeah.
not
yeah.
because you think, it's like your website or your Instagram or whatever is speaking itself. It's like, and you're attracting the quite the opposite. So
Yeah.
you need to be first honest to your, like true to yourself, and speak that language, and show these things.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there is no choice that you're gonna change your couples.
Yeah, I talk about that with my photography, or like with my students a lot, is like giving yourself, or even if you need to, having someone else give you the permission to show what you want. Like you're allowed to want what you want. And it's like, because we're in this industry of, there's these expectations that we have to show things in a certain way, and then that just completely shuts off the whole, like, all of our potential. Like as artists, we're all here because we have a certain perspective, and if
Absolutely.
you're not, don't give yourself permission to show that, then you are doing your
Terrible.
clients a disservice, right? Like,
It's just terrible.
and
Like we're
yourself, of course.
we're
Yes.
here because we are supposed to be creative, and be free, and do something meaningful, and then you are trapped in this kind of like paranoid, and so then you are not free, and then it's better to
Well,
just
and
do another kind of job.
it's a snake that eat their own tail.
Their own
It's
tail,
like
yeah.
you're going to start to doing things that you don't like, and people are going to hire you for that, and it's like, oh my god, again they're asking me that picture again, and it's like, yeah, but you show it. It's like they buy what you have your store, and you are offering things that you hate.
Yeah.
People are going to enter to buy the things. You don't have other things in sale. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you're attracting things that you don't want,
I th-
and it's super sad to go to a wedding and not shooting from your instinct, from your guts, because it's like you are not present. It's like, because you are not free, so you are worrying about what I sh- what I supposed to do instead of what I'm seeing, and it's like this mental collapse, it's
Yeah,
like and you ended up doing the same as the other ones, because it's like you are not free, you are trying to replicate what you think
it's
people
correct.
are going to expect, and you don't know, so it's like it's pretty
But
difficult.
good news. The thing is that you can do both. I mean, you can go into a wedding and start doing what you think should be done, and you have more than time enough. I mean, a wedding is a lot of hours, so you can, take the safe shot, let's say, and do whatever you feel like, and then you start to, eventually, step by step, showing this, and then it's so easy.
Yeah.
It's like a transition, and you can, like, try to test what is the reaction of the people, and in
Yeah.
some point you need to take some risk. It's like there is no, unfortunately, it's what it is.
The taking the risk, like taking the, because
Yeah.
people, there's that saying like jump and the net will appear, but people want to peer over the edge and see if there's a net,
Yeah.
and then like, okay, and now I'll jump. But no, you got to actually like,
Oh no,
gotta
my
jump.
dear, you need to do. It's like it's like stop this kind of, like, just do it. Like,
Yeah.
and then theoretically you like this, so it's your passion or something. So do it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
believe in
Yeah,
yourself.
believe in yourself. It sounds like cheap, like kind of these sugar things, like phrases, but Jesus, it's true.
It's so true, and we hear it all the time. Of course, like it's written on like Airbnb walls and stuff, like
Yeah,
those little those little signs that you pick up at the hardware store. But like, it's true. Like you
it's
have
true.
you,
It's true.
you got to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or just accept that maybe this isn't what's right for you,
Yeah.
you know. And there
Yeah.
certainly are people who want the really safe stuff and the really really pretty.
Yeah, yeah, totally. It's okay. It's just like,
That's absolutely fine. But if I guess we're speaking more to those people who feel like there's something missing, or like,
Mm.
I this is not filling my cup, you know?
Yeah.
yes.
Um, yeah,
There's
and
a lot
that's a
of
very
people who
distinct
write us.
longing.
Yeah, there's
Sorry,
a
go
lot
ahead,
of
Moni.
people who write us. A lot of people write us in Instagram, for example, telling that, it's like, I want to be free like you, but I have a family and a house. Like, we have to pay the rent too. It's like we are
It's
not.
not. It's not like the government is
Yeah.
paying for us.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
come on, man. It's like I have to
Health
pay.
insurance,
It's pretty
the
expensive.
rent,
Yeah.
this and that. It's like, hello.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. It's supposed to be easier if you do the same of the other ones, but I think it's
Mm.
not. It's not. It's like
I
it's
don't
more
think it is.
difficult. No.
I think
Yeah.
that's the lie we've been
Yes.
fed, is that
Mm.
it's easier to be safe. I don't. I think it's.
Yeah.
I think it's easier. I think it's easier to be free. Once you
Yeah.
let go of all of those expectations. I love that you said that, Moni. That people are. But I have I have built. Yeah, we all do, and like people who are free also have those things. So we're not different than anybody else. Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah, or in my town, there are more classical and more like, I don't know. No, in every part of the
The world is like the
world,
same.
it's the same. It's like the same people. It's like there is
You can find like more alternative if this is what you get into,
pursue.
or
Yeah,
more classical, or there is people for everyone.
There is people for everyone. And I
yeah,
think if you're in a place where you don't think those people exist, then you become that person. And then you pull
exactly,
it out of what you think isn't there. Like you
exactly,
can become the magnet or the leader for that.
exactly.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Do you Moni, you have some really incredible. Oh, well, I imagine, do you both have personal projects that you work on? Um
Yes,
And so, Moni, do you want to share with us yours, because yours is it's stunning,
I'm one
stunning.
of the poor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were setting up for an exhibition last week, right? And how did that go?
This
Do you want
week,
to tell us about it?
this
Oh, it's this
Friday.
week. It's this
Yeah, the
week.
vernissage is this Friday. So yeah. Well, it's like I'm always make personal projects. It's like I really love long term projects, like to really. I started the projects as an investigation, like for me, like a topic, and I start documented it to see what happened and what is it. For example, I documented a mental institution in Chile for 8 years because my brother died when I was like 18 in an accident, and he was my only brother. So I thought that I was going nuts, like I'm going to lose my mind. It's like it's too much pain. It's like it's too much, So it's like then I discovered photography, and that's why I'm a photographer, because I started this passion, and not passion like a maniac, like a psychological thing, to photographing all the things that I thought that I can lose, my family, my mom, my grandma, my everything, to really keep it, or that, I don't know, because I thought that my brother is starting to fade in my head, it's like I was not going to be able to remember him, like properly, like the little details, like he ate his nails and the freckles, all the stupid things. But that's the thing that I was more afraid, So it's like I discovered photography and I started documenting, and I say, okay, I'm going to check what happened in a mental institution, to see what happened when you lost your mind. It's a happy place if you can go outside of your mind, this awful place, and I don't know, where do you go, It's like, what is that place? And I discovered, of course, after 8 years, that it's the worst place ever, It's like your mind is your worst place too. So it's like, so it was a beautiful, introspective, and I don't know, hard project, because it's like it's people who is abandoned, like there, and most of them are old people, who spend 50, 60 years there. So it's like they were abandoned when they were little kids, because they have, I don't know, ¿cómo se llaman them? Epileptics, they shake, okay? So their families thought that they were like possessed by demons or something, It's that kind of histories. So it's like they become schizophrenics, or because of being in that hospital for 60 years, So it's like, it was super painful, but at the same time it was healing for me, but super sad, So it's like, and all the project was like 14 years documenting a drag queen life. So it was like a matter of trust, how to gain the trust, because they were super protective, what do you want? What are your intentions? It's like you want to get funny of us or whatever. So I started like taking pictures only on the show every weekend, After years, they invite me to the backstage. Years, they invite me to the hair salon where they worked, and after that, they invite me to houses, birthdays, like, and I was able to be part of the people, So it was super nice, and they're friends till now. So it's like, it's beautiful. And now I'm documenting since 2019, I think. We started a documentary about feminist porn. So we said, okay, feminist and porn in the same quote is strange, like that is possible. So we started a documentary, like a video documentary, and we made that. It's 20 minutes, that made by Paul. And I started to taking pictures of the behind the scenes when they shoot feminist gangbangs,
Yeah.
Gangbangs is when a lot of people fuck one person. Yeah. Okay, so it's like,
For those of you who don't know.
I discovered only in 2019. So
Yeah.
and it's very nice, because it's like the work is called Routine and Desire, because it's we discovered that it's another job, It's like people go there, they're like a little community. Everybody is super friendly. They talk about their boundaries, before the shooting, before start fucking. So it's like, I like this, I don't like this, please don't do that, please do this, So it's like everybody's super in charge of their body, and know what I have to do and what I don't, you know. So it's like everybody is enjoying, really enjoying, and almost all the movies that we shoot is the fantasies of the protagonist. So it's like she says, for example, imagine this scene. We shoot one. It was one girl who was in a third Thursday, no, 30th birthday.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and she wants that 30 persons fuck her. That was her fantasy.
Her
She
dream.
even invited two friends to look, like in a gallery, you know, like
Special
oh my
guest.
god, like, you know. So it's like it was like a madness because it's a lot of people and a lot of things happening, but it was beautiful, you know. It's like it's your fantasy, it's like it's your thing, and of course they don't force you to do nothing. If you want to stop, do stop. So it's like it's super. It's a routine and desire, you know. It's like they really enjoy. So I'm making two topics of the same theme. One is that is behind the scenes, like all the things that you don't look often and you
Yeah,
don't
totally.
imagine, you know, in a foreign movie set. And the other one is more like is obsesión carnal. It's more like I try to find these renaissantist moments when they are fucking. Like try to find the light and find the moment and shoot. You know, everything is in film, so it's like you have to push the film and to have these tones, you know, more creamy tones, and it's like waiting the moment and crack, like and pray the gods, you know, like. Because you cannot do much noise, you know, because it's like clack of a Canon A1 is like
Right.
clack. So it's like the people of the audio is like, come on,
Hello.
Moni, come on. You know, like,
No, can we just go on? Thank you, Monica.
so it's super fun. It's like I love it because it's like I don't know, it keeps you. I don't know. It's like discovering the world. You know, for me, it's like I'm from a really conservative family. Like my mom was really like, oh my god, what are you
Yeah.
doing? You know. So it's like I'll grow up like sex is a not a bad thing, but it's like not to experiment. You know, it's like to have children. That is the thing. You know. Otherwise, you're a whore, you know?
Totally.
So it's like all my life I was afraid, you know, to not get pregnant and all. So I was all the time with a partner, long partners, you know, until now, you know. So it's like I love to find out other things, you know, like it's like experiment through the other people, you know. I'm present there and I feel so natural because it's like it's sex, you know. It's like everybody has sex. It's not so, but at the same time, it's so hidden and so prohibited. It's like, oh my god, that is so disgusting. So it's like, it's just sex. It's nothing more. So it's like I think all my works is trying to answer some questions that I have or experiment things that I cannot live for myself or that I'm not I don't want to have a gangbang, you know. So it's like but I want to see, I want to explore and I want to know, you know. So
Curious. That's the gift of having a camera, right? And is
yes.
being able to experience a life that you wouldn't otherwise live. Like I thought I fascinated with families, like because one my family wasn't I had a tough family life and I don't have kids now. So it's fascinating for
Yeah.
me to be able to go into other people's houses and like it's different than a movie set for sure. But it's the same idea. You're going into someone else's life and you're getting to live and understand the
And
Right.
world
you
from someone else.
enter in that world so like so intimate and you are there like yeah, like
Such a gift.
you know, like
It's just
what am I
amazing.
doing here? You know, it's like I'm part of this family for this time, you know, for these
Yeah.
hours. And it's healing, you know.
It
I
really is.
yeah,
I
I think
totally
so.
agree. Very
That we
cool.
said that everyone in the weddings and in photography too, everybody's searching for that things that you miss, you know, like I don't know, for example, I always drawn with the brothers and sisters, you know, because it's like I miss my brother. Now my mom passed away in September, so I'm of course I'm going. I always look for her because it's like I miss her all the time because she was in Chile, but now even more, or grannies, we adore grannies because it's like my nonna was the best. So it's like I always look for her in weddings, so it's like we always think that we pursue and everyone pursues that. It's like we see that in the workshops. People come here and we analyze the work before, and we always see, for example, I don't know, this person always be in 45 degrees and it were very like a respectful distance, but it's like you never go closer. It's like something happened here, and it's like, and you started talking, drinking wine, whatever. The truth,
Applause.
yeah, it's like my family wasn't nice, like they were abusing, and I don't trust people. It's difficult for me to trust, it's like, yeah, and you can notice, and we make exercise to, okay, with a couple, and you have to be close, and they are like, I'm close. No, man,
closer,
you're
like-
not. And they're pushing my
Yeah.
head.
This was amazing.
Yeah, really,
Always
like
closer.
for one guy, it was like breaking
Physically,
a wall,
like,
like
no, Jesus,
and
no.
you're like,
But really, for him was living like
yeah.
he was like, Jesus, I couldn't really see. I was that blocked,
Blocked.
like physically, like I couldn't resist. Like no, there should be, I don't know, like 2 meters. Like I cannot cross that line.
And I thought that I was close, but I wasn't. It's like, and then he was like, shooting like this, like, oh, I feel so good. I feel so alive. It's like, this is other thing. It's like, and it was like, for us, it was,
The godlike. That's what's so powerful about having someone else look at your work and watch you work is
Definitely.
we think that other people can't see our barriers, right? And those but they're so obvious to others. If you're willing to recognize that you have them, that's beyond that is where your artistry is, right? Like embracing, like, this is how I came to the world. These are the experiences I have. And that's what's going to make me an artist, is me being curious about them and moving through them and past them and playing with them and
Absolutely.
recognizing how it informs how I see.
Yeah, making questions and doubting yourself and be sometimes uncomfortable. It's like, I don't know really what I'm doing. Like, is this just shit or is something,
like in the lipstick documentary that you are.
for example, now we are doing a documentary for 3 years in video. We are following a band, and in a music band, like a punk. They call it punk, glam, disco,
No, queer.
queer
Queer band.
band. Well, sounds
What's the
amazing.
band?
Eat lipstick.
It lipstick.
They're
Yeah,
amazing.
they're amazing. So
Amazing.
after 3 years shooting them in all kind of situations, for a long time, I was like, I think after 3 years, I have nothing. I got the like hours of footage, but
Yeah.
it's nothing. It's just like not the right one or something. It's like what I'm doing. And it's like, and she was like, okay, the guys, they're gonna play tonight. We should go. No, because then I think it's the same. I really have some concerts, and then it's just another. So really, this kind of place where you're not sure anymore, I think this is the right place to be. And it's good to find some kind of comfort in this uncomfort. It sounds like one of these, again, like these cliche phrases, but
No, but
it's true.
it's true.
Because other than that, I'm just reproducing what I really know. Then it's just like replicating. It's a method. And then I'm not.
automatic pilot.
Yeah, and then I'm not interested. If I know the formula, it's just boring. It's like, no. So it's always on troubles. It's like it's like this. It's I never learn. It's Jesus. Every
Suffering.
time
A life of suffering.
we just learn by failure, like
Yeah,
by
that's true.
one after the other, we fall into the same rock. We say this in Spanish. And Jesus.
But it's amazing. He had a lot of material and he has a
And
lot of
but
things. Not
imagine now,
good.
3 years, really,
Yes.
these weeks, these like 2 last weeks, I finally ended up like going through the whole footage and taking notes and stuff. And now I know I have things.
Yeah.
But it's 3 years of your life, hours, a lot of sacrifices, like going there and that and paying by,
By ourselves,
with
yeah.
our money.
Yeah.
And but it's beautiful. It was a learning process. It's like I can see when I started to shoot, it was like shooting like I do in the weddings, but then weddings has another needs, another language, and then I needed to learn first how to gain the trust, and how this translates into the camera movement, how the camera becomes an eye, of course, but what kind of eye is? It's like a patient eye which just stay there, or it's like a curious eye which kind of follows the
It's
action.
more nervous, more,
Yeah.
yeah.
So wow, this was like it was beautiful. Like even if I don't do anything out of this,
Ah, we are going to do it.
I'm
Yeah.
really happy for the learning, and I'm really grateful.
Yeah, and that's another piece I think we really get hung up on too, is that you have to make something of it. Like there has to be like a showing or an award or a whatever. Like
Yeah.
but no, it's the process. It's the process that you went through, Paul, of like figuring out like how am I doing this, or what am I missing, and how am I, like, where's the interest, like, and what you learn about yourself going through that. I think that we get so hung up on what the outcome is, and that's not. It's like climbing a mountain. Like it's not. Sure, the summit is great, or like the end of the hike is great, but like it's the whole. It's the everything that you go through
It's
in getting there,
absolutely.
like how it's
Or
shifting your brain and.
just trying to figure it out, what are you talking about. It's like you are doing pictures or films or whatever, and then you think you are shooting something, like yeah, this is the story of this and that, because you
Changes.
are like projecting this because some shit you have inside. But no, you need to be there, and it's like absolutely not. The story is another thing, like nothing to do. And actually, I didn't expect that. And but then you learn like somehow this thing is also inside you. So it's very crazy. It's like you can eventually kind of get crazy by doing this things. Yes,
No,
because
but you learn
you
from,
learn from yourself.
yes.
Yeah.
And
I think that's the most beautiful thing, that you keep learning about yourself, you keep growing and your mind's
it's a
growing.
mirror at the end of the day.
Yeah. And it's beautiful, the relationship too with the characters, It's like the first time when you start the project, people, you have an image of what you are portraying, like it's only your prejudice or your things, yeah, your
Expectations or
expectations and your things that you're putting on them.
Mm-hmm.
And when you spend time with people and you gain their trust, and it's an older thing, and that process is beautiful, because it's like you see how people is really open and like they're really trusting you, and that's so beautiful in these days. It's
yes,
like,
and also it's like become, because then they are like fragile in front of the your camera, but you also are fragile. You're both vulnerable, because then they are, because we are pointing them with our camera, but then you are too, because you are inside there and they expect something also, and it's sensitive moment, and you cannot do just any shit. So it's a 50-50 thing,
Yeah, it's a
like you need to,
collaboration.
yes, it's a
yeah,
collaboration. It's,
Yeah.
the same as
it's
weddings.
an
Yeah, it's the same.
exchange, and weddings is the same, exactly the same.
Yeah.
If you give, they give. It's like you
Yeah,
have to
exactly.
give.
You open up, they will open
Yes,
up,
you
and
have to
then you
give.
get the things you want.
Yeah. And it takes time as well, right? Like when we're starting, as you mentioned, Moni, like you said, you come in there and you have these ideas, like kind of we got inherently have expectations as to what may or may not happen. But only with time do you discover where how many more facets there are and where you were totally wrong, and how your perspective is kind of melding into or changing along with what you're learning about them, right? Like that's such a beautiful thing, especially like having long-term projects, learning about how patient you have to be in order.
Absolutely.
So oftentimes we're just not patient enough to like
And
let the story reveal
le-
itself, right?
in this moment in time, it's like people want everything, but
No.
now from yesterday, it's like I need to publish. It's like I'm in the wedding and I'm showing that I'm in the wedding, and the
It's
next day I'm delivering pictures. Like, come
just
on, man,
horrible.
let's wait a little second. Like, I don't even sit to eat. It's like, and people are always. It's like it's maniac.
Like delivering the photos the next day. What is
What's the
this?
point?
Like,
The couple still has the rush of the wedding. Let's wait that they feeling like, oh my God, what
to
happened?
disconnect from the
It's like
moment for
disconnect to really reconnect. It's like, why you? No. It's like it's like wait. It's patience. It's like everything with time takes more value. It's like it's like that. It's
and also the
everything.
message you are delivering is like if I can send you the pictures the next day, it's like I'm not. It's nothing for me. It's just like kind of automatic or something. Like there is no effort or something. So it's just like nothing. So this is why you want to.
No, you have
This is
to
the message.
value, yeah, and it's the same. It's like personal project, whatever. It's a matter of patience and time, and really, I don't know, wait. I don't know. It's like I don't know what's the rush to arrive to some place, to show it, to people show that I do this. It's like no, don't worry. It's like enjoy the process, enjoy the ride.
Yeah. Do you do you have pushback against that with your work? Do you have planners asking for day afters or anything like that? Does that come into your purview, or are you pretty clear about that?
We try to collaborate with people who has the kind of the same vibe and approach.
Yeah.
So not often. I think
No,
we don't have
we don't
this.
promise like
No,
I'm
we don't
going
promise and they
to
don't
send
ask.
you pictures
Yeah.
that
Awesome.
we visit 2-3 months, and we try to do it in less time if it's not super high season. We know that they want pictures, but I think it's for real. It's like it's better, It's like because you disconnect from the wedding, and it's like, oh my God, it's like when you see the pictures, like, come on, all of this happened for real, it's like a fresh air again, and I don't know, I
It's,
think so.
it's just a way to look at this business. Like
Yeah.
some others, they believe more in a sausage factory and they can do like really quick and 50 weddings a year or something, and that's fine. But it's just not us. It's like we need time. We try to stay around 10 weddings a year or 12 or something, and really, try to put some heart on this and
Usually we travel, so we try to stay with them in the same hotel or in the same villa, with all the friends, and really have this friendship, like a friend do your memories, not like a guy who comes shooting and go back and send you pictures. It's like no, we should usually we become friends with our couples. It's like
like, yeah, almost like
nice,
90%.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Yeah, because it's like we are part of this intimate circle, so
Yeah, I totally agree. It's really, and it's fulfilling. I mean, it's not
yeah.
like not everybody wants it to be like that, but if you're searching for that, if you're longing for that, time time and patience and curiosity, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we believe in that. In like in these times where everything is fast and AI doing the edits, all this kind of things. It's like no, I want to take time with you. It's like I want to really have the time to. I edit your pictures one per one, like an old lady. It's like
Yeah.
because I love it. It's like
Yeah.
it's part of the process of remember your wedding. We even do like pop-up books. Like
Uh-huh.
wait,
Okay.
something like this.
So we don't save time, we really spend time.
Yeah. Save time versus spending time. Oh, I love that. Nice.
Like this, for example. It's like this, but for weddings. Like, but we don't have.
Oh, wow. Okay, so people are listening to the podcast. Moni has just opened, it's like a pop-up book, like that where the characters are like cutouts and they pop up off the page. You probably remember this when you were like in elementary school. That is so cool. I love it. That's really
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, that kind of things for our couples. Like, really being part of. Like, I really care about your memories. You know, I want to. We want
Yeah.
to transmit that. It's like, it's not another wedding. It's like we know you. You know,
Yeah,
it's like.
it's like a unique ceremony. You know, we want to do this ceremony. So for that, we spend like almost a week doing
Or
this
more.
thing. And in this week, we put love. It sounds cheesy probably, but it's true. You know, it's like the only time, you know, this is the only chance to prove your love is like by, you know, like by spending time
Yeah.
with them and then like to put your effort and then to write quotes for them and, you know, like, yeah.
Awesome. What they must like cry when they get that.
They do. They really like. We too, because when we need to
Yeah.
give it,
It's
it's
like,
like,
take
no,
it.
this is for you. Hopefully you don't like him, you know,
Yeah.
like,
We'll give it back.
yeah.
Well, Moni and Paul, thank you so much for sharing your world with me. I was looking forward to this conversation and it was everything
Me
that
too.
I had wanted it to be. So I really, really appreciate you sharing your perspective. It's so it's heartening. I don't won't say inspiring. It's like fulfilling and like nourishing to hear that people are moving through the world like this. So thank you for sharing
Thank
with me.
you for
Thank you
thinking,
for
yeah, for
having
inviting
us
us.
and
Yeah.
inviting us. It was really nice to have this talk, and it's meaningful, and it's good to celebrate, you know, this kind of
Yeah.
ideas. So yeah,
We have to repeat it with a wine and
I would be more than absolutely happy to do that with you.
do a meeting, a date.
All right, I will be in touch.
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, take care.
Mwah.
Thank you, kiss. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye.
How was that? How lovely are they? Yeah, I can't thank Moni and Paul enough for sharing their world with us. And I hope that you were able to pull a few morsels out of this talk: time, patience, curiosity, having work that you do for yourself, just being curious and open and fascinated by human beings in this world we occupy and how different all of our worlds are, and but also how we all have the same desires and needs. So have a beautiful day, my friends. If this episode struck you, please reach out to me and check the show notes for the link to my retreat coming up in August. Very, very much in line with what we talked about today, finding comfort in being uncomfortable and how that creates confidence in your creativity and in your artistry. And make sure you check out Only the Richters on Instagram. And I will talk to you next